Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back at today with another fantasy football video. In today's video, I'm going over my OverlayDFS.com fantasy picks for the week. Now, obviously, OverlayDFS.com is my friends, and they're also my sponsors, so please make sure to check them out. But I'm going to explain to you guys how the website works before I can get into my picks. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm a fantasy football YouTube channel, but they also have NBA on this website, so if you're an NBA fan, a basketball fan, you can go ahead and play that as well. Now, the goal on this website is to either go the beautiful 12-0, which will hit you that progressive bonus, which is the $22 game, which is the game to play, is almost at $10,000. And by kickoff on Sunday, it may be at $10,000 if you hit that beautiful 12-0. But if you don't, and you get in the top 10%, you win 9 times your buy-in. So if you do the $2.5 game, that's $18. $22 game, $180, and the $109 game, $900. So let's get right into it. I'm going to play the $2.5 game right now, but the $22 game is obviously the game to enter because you would just make the most amount of money. Now, on this website, I like to implore a couple of strategies. I like to go with picks that I feel are super duper safe, and I also like to make some picks towards the end that are a bit risky that will obviously diversify me from the other players. And if they hit, I will likely be able to hit that beautiful 12-0 and hit that bonus because no one else is going to have it. But really, you're not competing against anyone else at the end of the day. You're just competing against the board. You're competing against the fact that if the other people hit the top 10%, you need to have your record hit above where that record is. So some weeks it's 7-5. Other weeks it's slightly higher, maybe 9 wins, maybe 8 wins. But some weeks 7 wins hit. So it's all different every single week, and the matchups are different every single week. So we need to make 12 picks plus 3 alternate picks. So right here, I'm going to go with the first game here. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. Obviously, you can scroll down. There's like 30 plus matchups you can scroll all the way down and pick, but I feel super confident in Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson, to me, is always going to outperform anyone you're putting up against. Even in this tough Buffalo matchup, I really think that Lamar Jackson is going to be able to eat in this game. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers over Kirk Cousins. Now, this may be a sucker pick, but the Washington Redskins defense is so atrocious that I see no reason why Aaron Rodgers can't even be potentially the quarterback one in fantasy football this week, and I don't think Kirk Cousins even sniffs the top 5. I'm going to go with Drew Brees over Jimmy Garoppolo because the San Francisco 49ers, I just don't trust them, and I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo in this game. While I don't even really trust Drew Brees that heavily, I just like him more than Jimmy Garoppolo. I feel like he's just a better option. Down here, I'm going to go with Ryan Tannehill over Phillip Rivers. I just don't trust the man with 12 kids. He has not been playing all that hot this season. Ryan Tannehill is on fucking fire, and I would hate to not have him on my team for this week or on my player versus player picks. So as you guys have noticed, it's pretty much just player versus player. Who's going to score more fantasy points? Lamar Jackson or Pat Mahomes? Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins? It's very, very simple. Anyone can play. Even me, being a grade A dummy, can play on this website. Now, as we scroll down here, I like Philip Lindsay way more than Sony Michel. I just have a lot of confidence that Philip Lindsay is going to get a lot of touches from Drew Lock. He's just going to keep feeding the ball to him, whether that's from running or passing the ball. So I have a lot of confidence in him this week. Now, this is a matchup I really am trying to avoid this week. Derrick Henry is a great running back, and up against the Oakland Raiders, it should be a very easy matchup for him. Where Michael Thomas is playing up against a tough San Francisco defense, I still think he has potential to be a top 5 guy on the week, but I am a bit nervous. I'm going to go with DJ Chark over DD Westbrook. Even though Gardner Minshew is back on the helm, I think he likes DJ Chark more than DD Westbrook, so I'm a lot more confident in picking DJ Chark here. This is also one that I'm avoiding. It is very much a coin flip, at least to me. Jarvis Landry versus Odell Beckham. I can see both of these guys against the Cincinnati Bengals putting up a huge point total, and I'm just not sure which one is going to end up being the victor there. Now, as we scroll back up, we can see that we have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. So we've got a few more to go before we made our 12 picks. Then we have to make the 3 alternate picks in case one of these players gets hurt and ends up not playing on Sunday. So as we scroll down here, I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley over Will Fuller. Even with the return of Julio Jones, I really think that Calvin Ridley could have a big game here. Will Fuller is a huge dice roll. I just would like to go with the safety of Calvin Ridley. Same thing here. I'd like to go with safe John Brown. Marvin Jones does not seem like he has super big well, he does have big play upside, but I'm just not sure he has the floor that John Brown has. And as you get with some of these more confusing ones, you typically, for me at least, want to go with the floor and what you think is going to happen, obviously. And I just think that John Brown, even up against the Baltimore Ravens defense, defense could score more than Marvin Jones against Minnesota with a backup David Blau. Now, as we scroll back up here, there are some matchups that I also would like to hit on. Here, I like Joe Mixon over Devin Singletary. My rankings may have Devin Singletary slightly higher, but I want to go with the upside pick here. Devin Singletary seems to be capped at about 10 points, whereas I can see Joe Mixon scoring about, or not 10 points, he's probably capped at like 15 to 18 points, whereas I can see Joe Mixon scoring way over that, going to 20 to 25 points in this game up against the Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to lean with the upside in this pick. I'm going to go with Melvin Gordon over Austin Eckler. While this is kind of a toss-up every single week because it's really based off of which one gets the touchdown. Even though Melvin Gordon gets a lot more work, if Melvin Gordon ends up getting 100 yards and Austin Eckler gets 40 yards, a couple of catches, and a touchdown, then you're going to end up disappointed with Melvin Gordon. But I'm going to go with him here. I feel pretty confident in him. I'm going to go with my boy Sammy Mono here over Baker Mayfield. I just believe that Sam Darnold is going to put up a lot of points in this game. And lastly, I'm going to go with Josh Allen over TB12. Those are my 12 picks. Now I have to make 3 alternate picks. I really like Josh Allen this week over Tom Brady because I'm just not too confident in Tom Brady. He was so mad at his receivers last week. He was yelling at him, getting all pissy. So I think that Josh Allen will easily be able to overperform on TB12. Now to go to the alternate picks. I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara over Josh Jacobs strictly because Josh Jacobs is banged up, so I'm not ultra confident in him this week. I'm going to go Jamison Crowder over Robbie Anderson, though, even though this one is very much a toss-up. And I'm going to go with Christian Kirk over Larry Fitzgerald because I just have no confidence in Larry Fitzgerald. So now you have to order them for tiebreaker points. So at the top with 12 tiebreaker points, that is the game or the players that I'm most confident in beating the other player. And obviously, if you have them in your alternates and you feel like, hey, maybe I think Alvin Kamara versus Josh Jacobs is so safe, let me just move it up here, and you can do exactly that. Actually, I do kind of feel like that, so I am going to put them over Drew Brees versus Jimmy Garoppolo because I'm not ultra confident in that. So I got Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes. I got Lamar Jackson. Aaron Rodgers versus Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers. Alvin Kamara over Josh Jacobs. Tannehill over Mr. 12 Kids. Phillip Rivers. Lindsey over Sony Michelle. DJ Chark. Baby Shark. Baby Chark over D.D. Westbrook. Calvin Ridley over Will Fuller. John Brown over Marvin Jones. Joe Mixon over Devin Singletary. Melvin Gordon over Austin Eckler. Sammy Mono over Baker the Faker Mayfield. Josh Allen over Tom Brady. Drew Brees for my alternates is Drew Brees over Jimmy Guap. Christian Kirk over Larry Fitzgerald. And Jamison Crowder over Robbie Anderson. So I'm going to enter this contest so you guys know I do obviously actually play in these games. So thank you guys all for watching this video. Please make sure to check out OverlayDFS.com. Link down below in the description. Join the $2.5 game. Come play with me. Join the $22 game if you're a high roller. Not even much of a high roller. If you just want to win those big bucks, that big old 10 grand or almost 10 grand. Thank you all for watching. I love each and every single one of you guys. Make sure to have a great day. I'll see you guys on Sunday for the live stream. Goodbye, my friends.